Greetings, all. Another wonderful conversation last week, focusing on elder abuse. There are several themes that I want to touch on. One is your various ideas about why elder abuse is in the shadows or not visible. You talked about shame, about elders wanting to stay connected and feel useful and belong, and fear of retribution or fear of abandonment. And as you pointed out, like all relationships between elders and caregivers, particularly family caregivers, are very complex. As Susanna points out, it's important to note that a lot of the signs for abuse of the elderly are the same as in domestic violence cases. And this is very hard when the abuser and the person experiencing the abuse have a deep love for each other, as well as the problematic aspects of the relationship. This is a wonderful example of one of the ways that these relationships are complex. Some of you discussed the desire of parents to protect kids, not, quote, get their kids in trouble. As Susanna points out, most parents don't want to prosecute their kids because they're scared of their child getting in trouble. We also described how elder abuse can be hard to detect. As Nicole says, unlike children, elders have limited contact with agencies and depend on their family a lot of times for their care. You had very interesting conversation about the causes of elder abuse. As Ashley points out, I think one of the main causes of elder abuse from a caregiver is burnout, underpaid, low staffing, and a somewhat thankless job can cause some individuals to break. Another main reason is because these individuals cannot advocate for themselves and may not be able to report the abuse or mistreatment. As Amber points out, some reasons we don't witness elder abuse are that it happens behind closed doors to a very vulnerable population. Samantha says, I couldn't even get through watching the first video because it just makes me sad. I think that people like myself like to ignore the elderly population since we know that we will get there someday and we're just afraid of what comes with age. In terms of solutions, you had wonderful ideas. Rachel talked about the importance of prevention and increasing public awareness. You described how useful welfare checks might be and providing in-home supports. There are many situations in which additional supports might be available to families. So, given the high incidence of elder abuse, whenever you're working with an elder, it's important to have a very clear understanding of what's going on in the home, even if that might not be the presenting problem. This has been a really good conversation, and although difficult, I think it has added significantly to everyone's knowledge base. Well done.